I can honestly say that I go back the furthest from all the Chaverim and all the friends and all the Talmidim. I go back the furthest with Baruch. I was reminiscing with Beverly during Shiva. I worked in Wallbounds a long time before I ever knew Chaim Berlin existed. And I remember this tall, handsome guy used to keep coming in and buying tomatoes and lettuce for his delicatessen down the street. Sometimes it was him, sometimes it was his father. And I remember one time one of the workers came in and said, "You got to go see the girl behind the cashier in the deli." So we all left the store, we all went down to the deli, we all bought cans of soda so Beverly could ring it up. Little did I know that...
You're one of those guys?
Little did I know that many years later, when I went to Chaim Berlin, I reacquainted with Baruch and really met him officially. So that was really an initiation before even Chaim Berlin. But in Chaim Berlin, I was in Or Sameach in Yerushalayim, and I had spent a year there. And when I was ready to come back to America, David, I'm going to test you on what I'm saying, so you better listen.
I got it down pat.
So somebody said, I told them where I lived and the situation. They said, "Oh, right around the corner from your house is Yeshiva Chaim Berlin, and someone that was just in Or Sameach is there, and we'll connect you with him, and you'll learn with him. His name is Ilan Bromberg." Ilan Bromberg. Changed to Avram later on. Remember that? So anyway, I walked into Chaim Berlin, and I asked around for Ilan Bromberg. Finally, I found him, and I said, "I'm only here for a short time. I left all my belongings in Eretz Yisrael. I'm going back. And maybe you'll make a chavrusa with me for the short time that I'm here." He said, "No, I can't do that." I said, "What? Why not?" He said, "I'm in Shir all day long with my Rebbe." I said, "Oh." He said, "Well, maybe I'll introduce you to my Rebbe." Which he did, and of course, Rabbi Brog. And I joined the Shir. And I remember, I think maybe it was the first Shabbos I went to eat by Rabbi Brog. But after that, later became Avram Bromberg, a good friend in St. Louis now. So he said, "I'm going to eat by a fellow from the Shia, and maybe you'll come along." And that was the first experience I had with the burgers, the first Shabbos. It was also the first experience I ever had with whole wheat challah, and it was also the first experience I had with something that I never knew, tofu. She used to put tofu, you only put tofu in the cholent. I'm not sure I still know what it is, but I ate it. So most of you don't even know what tofu is, so that's how far back I go. But the truth is that really once I went there for Shabbos, I hardly went anywhere else.
Me too.
I remember going pretty much every single Shabbos. Baruch and I became very, very close. And I always remember him in Shia. He always had to leave early to get to the delicatessen. So he would leave in the middle of Shia and say, "I know where you're going." And, we learned together all the years with Rabbi Brog. And the truth is that, you mentioned we're all sitting here together, but the four of us, and Gershon Festel, I don't know where he disappeared to, we all were Talmidim of Rabbi Brog, some of us for a longer period than others, but we all spent many, many Shabbosim and many Yom Tovim with the burgers. I mean, even when I walked in tonight, I just went straight over to Mrs. Reich. I wasn't even sure she knew who I was. I haven't seen her all the time. Menachem! It made me feel very good. I remember, Yoni, you and Baruch, I think you were upstairs, your parents were downstairs in the same house. Later on it switched. The other way around. Then it switched. But I got to know the whole family. And, for many, many years, I, as well as all the Talmidim, were really the recipients of such a chesed, and all of the warmth, and I mentioned the Shabbos table and everything that occurred over there. We used to daven by the Agudah of Avenue H, Rabbi Zuckerman, and I remember also, I don't know exactly, it's going back a long time, but one of the other Talmidim in Rabbi Brog Shia, he was in Ohel, And Baruch used to have him come over the house. I think he was still living in Ohel, which was on Westminster over there. And Baruch took him in over there. It was also part of the Shabbos table. And I don't remember all the stories with the lady with the son and other things. I do remember a lot of the stuff, a lot of the guests, a lot of very strange and interesting people that they had over there. And it was a chiddush for me, because anyone that doesn't grow up frum, you lock your door with 3 locks. You don't have strangers coming to your house, especially to eat. And the Berger's house, the door was an open. It wasn't a revolving door; it was an open door. And I spent many really years with them. As Yoni reminded me a few weeks ago, they used to sit on my lap. Going back a long time. But Baruch and Yoni did not make my shidduch, but they made Sheva brachas for us. And this is one of the things that I wanted to just recall with everybody. I don't remember which Sheva brachas it was.
It was Shabbos.
Oh, Shabbos Sheva brachas.
Everything.
Oh, everything.
I studied only the week before I got married.
Right. Okay. See, I don't remember.
I do.
We were very close. But one thing I do remember. I remember that Baruch came up with Dvar Torah that he said over. I don't remember what it was, but I remember it was so unbelievable. So, he couldn't have spent too much time on it, because it was within the week of Sheva brachas. It was like I married was Wednesday night and it was Shabbos. But I remember he found in the Parsha, he found Menachem, he found Sephora, he found Sperling, Gematrias. I mean, it was like incredible, unbelievable. He must have spent quite an amount of time trying to do this. And it was just, and really from after we were married, the relationship